All right, y'all. We've got smoke 4, 3. We've got ignition 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff, y'all. And welcome to another edition of the Self Luv Show. We had to postpone the other show till next week, and we'll let you know. So we flip-flop. We got who sits atop Black Mount Rushmore. That's what we on today. Yeah. So Chi-Town, you can do your thing when you're ready. Free the guys. Free all the guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in the building.
Course of instruction. Each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying
All the way through the show
to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Luv Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
When he was shot in the back.
Family members of the victim say he was complying with police before he was shot 4 times in the back.
I want to repeat that. He was sitting on a marked black and white police motorcycle in full uniform, and he was shot in the back.
One deputy shot him with beanbags, another shot him 4 times in the back.
And if he's willing to do that, I'm sure he's willing to shoot at anybody else. And we collectively, all of us, need to get him off the street.
keeps going on full screen. What you got? Something going on with the settings?
Yeah, I don't know. I hadn't been doing it till
After this,
last
there's
week.
no
So
turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Self love. vision. After we get the vision, we're gonna need some music. All right. Most Ricky Tick. Big ups to Karen in the on the production team. Big ups to Karen on the production team. It's our intern. All right. You cut that volume down a little bit, Karen. There you go. We're not paying you to call the police on us, Karen. We're paying you to produce the show. We appreciate you. No, we're not paying you at all. You're an intern. All right. All right, you guys. I want to start right out with this disclaimer. The views expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guests and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. Welcome to the Self Luv Show on this Ain't That Network, or as I just said, as we affectionately label it, this isn't ESPN, it's TATN. All right? All righty. And this is where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's minds and ignite our curiosities. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise due to the ancestors, the Most High, and of course, my beloved late Mama Sky. Tonight is an exploration of legacy, leadership, and lasting impact. Tonight, we ascend the metaphorical mountain of copper American history to discuss the figures whose contributions have carved out a permanent place in the bedrock of our culture. From civil rights, we should have a chess game with black leaders as figurines. So they could teach Pookie and Lil Pookie and Ray Ray how to be kings. You know what I mean? Little princes, gods. But, you know what I mean? I digress. Metaphorical Copper Mountain. From civil rights icons to artistic trailblazers, we'll delve into the lives and legacies of those who stand at the pinnacle of excellence. Join us as we ask the question, who sits atop Copper America's Mount Rushmore? This is a journey through triumph, adversity, and the indelible mark left upon a nation. Welcome to the summit of history. Yeah? This is the Self Luv Show. This is the revolution, and the revolution will not be on YouTube. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and in living color on Tuesday, 4/23/24 at approximately 8:07 at the Heezy. That means the Shy. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this spectacular, magnanimous universe. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. We all chose to be here together. Bear down, Chi-Town, what down, brother Wordsmith, what you manifested today, bro?
Love, nah, you know me. What you manifested?
Ditto, good brother, pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Some say tough, some have alleged harsh, but that's subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't have it if you're, soft in the ass, but love just the same, good brother. You know what I mean? Love just the same.
No doubt.
Yes, sir. So what's been going on in your neck of America since we last connoited?
Oh, bro, a lot more still going on with the about the migrants. I don't know what else to call them, but I don't think that's a good term for them. But the migrants. Yeah, and the community is at the local government about all the money they spending on it.
I've been seeing that on the YouTube. The algorithm is going to be y'all going ham over there in the shot. Standing up for yourself out there, huh?
Yeah, man. said, man, y'all keep this up and guarantee all these seats gonna be in. Different people gonna be in them.
They woofing.
They ain't woofing. Because all you gotta do is get some people that don't vote to vote. Because them they be winning they would be winning with a couple thousand votes.
I mean, you're right. You're right, though. You're right. You're just a bunch of people who are motivated for whatever it is to get you to yada there.
Because of that alone. They trying to put on a referendum
you ought to go out there and
recall the mayor.
You ought to
They
go
trying
out there
to recall the mayor. They trying to put it on the on the
BJ.
ballot.
Butch Johnson. What's his name? Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. Yep.
You ought to put your name, throw your hat in the ring, bro.
For what?
One of those alderman spots out there, fella.
Man,
you gotta go out there and spew your hatred and tell them those damn illegal aliens come from those shithole countries. You know what I mean? Go out there and speak. Man, that's how I be messing with Brother Goose. I won't say his real name. Yeah, he's spewing your hatred. You know, I'll be stirring the pot because you know how I get down. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you one bit. I'm just talking excrement for the record.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't telling me nothing. I'm out here in LA, bro, and I'm gonna repeat that. You ain't telling me nothing.
You like, man. So, but these aldermen, boy, they be mighty puffy chest and all of that. And
well, they're getting paid.
Yeah, and they can get out of there, and they'll still get paid if they ain't been.
You think Butch Johnson's? I mean, because what's wrong with him? Like, bro, seriously, I'm talking to everybody from every walk of life, and they're saying from every walk of life, even immigrants who've come here, like from India and every other place, they might have come from shithole countries years ago, and they're wondering like, what the hell is going on? I'm not saying India's a shithole country, but I'm saying that I've been having great conversations with people, and they're pretty much saying the same thing you're saying. For every walk of life, I mean, the educated, the so-called uneducated, the indoctrinated, those are pure.
It's not sustainable, man. They got people that's coming here, just got here.
Trump supporters, Biden supporters,
putting them up in hotels and all kind of madness, giving them money
and spitting in your face.
And all these homeless people that we got here already. I mean, now you got money to put people in, make sure they got shelter. Now you got it.
I mean, and I've heard in families where there's lots of children involved and there may have been an indiscretion, right? 9 times out of 10, they're upset when they come to look at the numbers and they start crunching the money. Oh, wait a minute. You flew where? You did what? You bought what? You know what I mean? And you're telling our kids what? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You bought her kids Jordans and my kids are over here wearing, Kmart specials. You bought my kids shoes at Circle K. Although I'd love some Circle K shoes. I was talking to the guys in Circle K. I explained to them the whole strange things I put. They were laughing. I broke it down. And they had this little red shirt. It's red with the Circle K. I'm like, I gotta get one of those. Their shirts are dirty. They don't even pump gas. I'm telling y'all sitting in here nasty like y'all in here. So they was nasty like they in there changing oil. It was none of that going on in there. Like y'all look like, boy, big ups to those guys. They know what I'm talking about. They gave them the channel. I hope they're watching. Get the shirts washed. And you're at work, both of them. You know what I mean? So filthy. Grown men, too. They weren't even kids. Like, come on, man. Walked out of the house with that shirt on. All right, I digress. I feel like I'm way off topic here. Way off topic. You know what I'm saying? But they'll learn. They'll learn. Come around Chi-Town, boy. Them dirty shirts. So you look at you laughing. Damn well you'll walk up in the store with somebody selling there just start going off on somebody having them dirty ass shirts. So it's usually a female. They back there with them dirty ass shirts. That's why they can't help nobody. You'd be like, wait, what? And they be standing there. You can get out the line. Your shirt is dirty, bro. Yeah.
Oh man.
Way off topic. All right. So what to expect on today's show? We always started out with the quote of the day, and then our more growth and development platform it's a video, takes like 50 seconds, tells you what we stand upon. Then of course there's tattoo tyranny. We're gonna literally go out there and run a video, and we're gonna show our government interacting with the citizens shooting them in the back or whatever, things like that. Sometimes they're doing good things, and we'll decide if that's what we're paying those tax dollars for it or tyranny. We decide that, the people. And then, of course, there's the dome teaser, which is a riddle. Your mind is an awful thing when you waste it. The devil, the idle mind is the Satan's workshop. The topic: who sits atop Black Mount Rushmore? Phone lines are open. 424-900-6945. That number's what?
Troll free.
424-900-6945. That number's what?
Absolutely, positively, troll free.
Trolls get what?
Hoes around here, homie.
We'll make you what?
Famous.
That's right.
Let's go viral.
That's right. That's right. I'll be your Huckleberry. All right. And then, of course, we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's where this gentleman, the co-host here, wraps up everything in a nice little metaphysical bun right off the top of his dome and blesses us with a nice bit of art, summarizing everything that we learned today. Any announcements there, fella? I got an announcement. Our guest, had a conflict that came up. People out here in LA, you hustle and you take the gigs as you get them. So we're working on rescheduling, and tentatively it's set for next week. House Stop. Oh, I take that. Formerly known as
House Stock Ancestral Echoes. The link is in the chat. It's in the chat. Check it out.
Check
it out.
Out.
It's going to be a glamping extravaganza.
I really like that name.
House music. Yes.
Well, I had to marinate on it. And I remember when we were talking to you gentlemen and talking about house music.
Yeah.
And Not Why Kill Creeper.
Yeah.
And indicated that everything, is just a string from Africa. You know what I mean? The rhythm is just all the beats and the rhythms is, well, you might not believe that. Was that Creeper? No, that was one of the Debauchery Ball. Money Mike. That's what Money Mike said. Yeah. That's what Money Mike said. Mike Money. He said that
That's exactly what he said. I remember that.
Yeah. Basically said house music comes from
Africa.
Africa.
I'm like, Creeper.
Yeah. Mike Money.
Yeah.
Still a cold name.
Yeah. Money Mike Money. Switch it around and it's still.
Well, I mean, Ancestral Echoes. Echoes.
Yeah, no, it's special. It's unique. It's a tribute to the ancestors. That's what we're doing. We're playing, and when we have
and TATN will be in the building. So what it is, it's a glamping musical house fest where you can pull up in your tent, you can pull up in your glamped out tent, you can pull up in your camper, you can pull up in your van, you know what I mean, and have your shenanigans with you if that's what you choose to have or have not. You know what I mean? Bring your own food, whatever, get out there and shake your bum,
Facts.
To the African rhythms.
Yep.
That's right. If you got a problem with that, you know what I mean? It's okay too.
Absolutely.
Spread the word. Spread the word though if you got a problem with it, right, Tel?
Yes.
Please spread the word for real. You never know who might just jump on and purchase, 20 spots and come out there and bat out,
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Fact self, I gotta get this link to my sister and see if she'll bump it up the chain, get it over to Steve Silk. Hurley. He should have stole Farley out of Hurley. Since everybody's stealing from everybody. I don't think everybody was stealing from everybody. They said Farley was. Right? That's That's what I heard on this show. But yeah, so if there's anybody out there, we want to hear from you guys. This has to be interactive. This is the mountain. We've asked AI, we've asked Chat GTP who should be sitting up top. The copper Mount Rushmore out there. Chat GTP and AI, they have their opinion. I'm sure Self Love has some thoughts. I have some thoughts. I've been querying people that I've met just to kind of get a feel for this here. We've got a poll up on the channel. Still not too late for you guys to go in there and vote. You know what I mean? Because tonight we're gonna not only select who they are, we're gonna see if we can't find a pathway to actually get this thing filled out. There's guys. Listen, we can get R. Kelly and get his bum out of Hawk, and get his money back and everything. If we can get the informant, P. Diddy, allegedly, because now everybody's saying he's an informant. Now, what I've been saying it for years, I never specifically said P. Diddy is an informant, but Self knows how I feel about these types of people. They're out there getting crimes. Almost all the rappers back in the day got caught up with a life-changing crime that could have had their bum in jeopardy for the rest of their life, and then all of a sudden they beat the case. They gave me a murder rap. Murder was the case that they gave me, and now they're in bed with Martha Stewart and just running around allegedly, dropping allegedly date rape stuff and filming people and allegedly and doing all types of weird stuff, and just doing it. That sounds like a spook to me. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of spooks out there.
Yeah, still not arrested. But my point is, Self, we're not just counting on the celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the celebrity who writes the biggest
check
can get an honorary spot. So we'll have a fifth member, right? The fifth member is the person who put up the biggest check. It'll be a small little, you know what I mean? Maybe people will piss on it or something like that. That'd be nice. Yeah. You make it you know what I mean? This is the piss thing. You know what I mean? And yeah. Big ups to the celebrities. But I'm saying, Self, the business people, what we're going to talk about, we're way ahead of ourselves. We're going to talk about logistically, if it's possible, like, why not? Why should we do it? What are the benefits? Why did the pink people do it? You know what I mean? Why? Why was that important? Why did they use so much dynamite and take so many years and do that? It's pretty incredible, too, huh? Mount Rushmore, Self?
Yeah, it's a thing.
No,
it's a thing. Impressed? I mean, I've not seen it actually, so
I haven't seen it either.
So if I see it, then I think that might be more. If I visit there or something,
where they put it at, they don't take too kindly. They don't take too kindly to chalk tiles around.
I don't see why I'm going to go there.
That's exactly where they put it too.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like that kind of. You know what I mean? I'd like to see it. I saw, years ago. I ain't paid attention lately, but I saw like a documentary about it.
And they're not our founding fathers, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, they are. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Whatever.
In America, act like they don't understand how. Some Americans act like they don't understand how brothers and sisters feel this way. Like, but you guys are here, and we took you out. We took all of you out of Africa, and you're just swinging from trees and savages and couldn't read or write and think. That's why some people want DEI. They want some sort of education in school. But it would all be lies, right, Self, at this point?
It is all lies, That's what they teach in mandatory school. It's all lining you up to be an employee. That's all that shit for. It's 8 hours, just like a job.
In schools didn't used to be mandatory. There was no laws forcing you to indoctrinate your children. No. There was no laws.
You're supposed to teach yourself.
Yeah, it was an option, but there were no people would have went crazy.
Teach your children, not yourself.
Yeah,
but I mean, and you had schools for people who thought school was important.
I mean, can you imagine back then, Self? Somebody come to your house, it's mandatory. You give us your kids, and we're going to teach them all types of shit, so they can come home and start looking at you like you're short and ignorant, and all your teachings are stupid.
That's why most of us don't believe our family when they say, "Oh, we Indian." They all say it.
I just don't want to be a $5 copper Indian like you got some sort of $5 pink Indians, because it's my understanding, according to the cartoons, that the engines were red. I'm just basing it off the Disney cartoons and other stuff that I was watching as a kid.
Yeah, red is a copper tone. It definitely ain't, definitely not talking about them the people that came from across the bridge and from Siberia to so-called North America, which I mean Alaska was Russia too until the America bought it. Not we, until the USA bought it. It was Russia. So I mean, them
Well,
people
parts of
Alaska.
You're right. Alaska sure was. I thought you said Canada. Yeah, it sure was.
No, Alaska.
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah.
And we wonder why their butt hurt. But enough of my yapping.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. As you know by now, we are unpacking who sits atop Black Mount Rushmore. As always, we have a very important video that we want you to check out. Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But as always, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing.
Did you hear that, Coach?
Once again, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are the oppressors. It's Malcolm X.
I'd like to have that chiseled right on Blackstone Mount. I mean, on Black Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And white people should build it for us, and they should pay for it. We're going to talk about that later.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists.
Silverback.
3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
We're closing the gap.
And number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. Last week, we covered the EUT, the Electric Universe Theory, right? And we discussed that and discussed other theories like the Big Bang Theory and the theory of
Gravity.
Gravity. Yeah. These are all theories, we come to realize.
Yeah, when you look into it, there have been a lot of theories that they've pushed on to us as facts.
Facts. Theoretical facts. And they have people come out and use magic words, you know what I mean? Fancy little words. So I'll tell you, I was talking to this lady, and she said, I didn't, what was she saying? I didn't even know I had allergies. Like, what are you talking about? No, I didn't even know I had allergies. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me I had allergies and said I had allergies for 25 years. I said, why'd you believe him? Because he had a white coat on? I said, I said, did you get a second opinion? A third? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's stuff. That's some
I
magic.
mean,
That's magic.
did every time you eat something it break you out or something? And you didn't figure it out? I mean,
Did
I,
did did that doctor do a different technique, or do they have some new science where they can detect allergies as opposed to all the other doctors you've been going to for the rest of your life that couldn't have told you that?
did you ask any questions to any doctor before that? Because you might have had this allergy the whole time, and you was getting the same symptoms all this time, and you didn't, put two and two
I think
together.
it
I
be a
think
lot of factors, but I mean,
it can be. It can be. Like that could be,
yeah,
gluten. That could be something
yeah,
that you're
yeah. I've been
allergic.
watching it. Is that the stuff in bread?
It's wheat.
Wheat. But
Yeah.
they've been saying wheat bread is good for you. Boy, it's better for you than white bread.
Well,
That's what they were saying.
but still, white bread is made from wheat. It's flour. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
What are you saying
it's
here? No
bleached,
bread is
enriched
good for you?
flours.
Is that what you're saying?
Um,
Is that what you're gonna sit here and say?
well,
Pita bread. Pita.
if you have that's wheat too. If
What?
you are a gluten, if you have a problem with gluten, then it's bad for you. See,
Like
everybody
high
don't have a
sugar and
problem
all
with
that
gluten.
stuff.
It's no, it's the wheat. The people are it ain't really wheat. It's what they did to the wheat. They supercharged it because wheat is a grass, and
Uh,
they really supercharged it and GMO'd it,
ah,
and
but
then
so
they enriched. Anytime it say enriched
yeah,
flour, then it's
yeah. Well, I read an article, bro. No, it was Reuters video. They said Illinois, Illinois, California, New York, Georgia. It's like 5 states, man. They're suing these big conglomerates to get all that red number 35. The stuff the Nation of
yeah.
Islam's been talking about since I was a little lad. A whole lot of that stuff. They're suing themselves.
And they're
how we
making
talk the stuff
here
they go ahead.
here
Go ahead.
they're making a law against it. They're trying to anyway.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
The stuff that Europe has been doing for years.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere in the world, it's so much food in the United States that you cannot get in any of those other. It's completely different when you go there.
Did you ever
Completely different.
Did you ever think we'd have a society so dumb where people are staring at their phones while driving and while other people are walking in an intersection during a rainstorm at night, staring at their phones while driving and not
Yeah,
even looking where they're going and looking at cars?
yeah,
You thought this world would come to this?
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if our attention span is only a very short period of time, everything shortens. So, I mean, driving somewhere,
It's
you
the
pretty much
dopamine.
it's pretty much the uh you're on autopilot most of the time when you're driving anyway, but you
Yeah,
got to
but
be paying
it
attention.
but it's dopamine when you look at that's what I'm saying. It's making them stare at their phone like that. That dopamine that they're getting from that. It's an addiction. It's
It's
literally.
also the whole thing that they trained us that you could have dual focus. What is it called?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you multitask.
Multitasking.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but if you're gonna
That started
multitask,
something.
you can multitast. Okay, so the you're
You're
standing
not
there
as
waiting.
effective if you don't multitask. You're more effective. Period.
Well, I agree, but I'm saying in this instance with the scenario, the light changes, you get the walk signal, you look both ways, you establish eye contact if necessary, you make sure it's safe, you start texting, whatever you're doing to get your dopamine out of your phone, take a few steps, and then you do what? Look around again. Then you look down. I'm saying there's a way you can do that, but I just never thought. I see it all the time, bro, and I'm like, man, I just be wanting to tell them like how dumb they are. Well, how
Well,
dumb that is, I should say.
well, for quite some time, my friend, I've told you that most people are not intelligent.
You have.
And it's most people
You
are
have.
not intelligent. They're not intelligent.
Yeah, no matter what the stature.
Yeah, no matter where they from or any of that. Most people are uh drone-ish. They
Yeah, yeah.
follow they
85,
follow
85%.
whatever.
More.
Yeah, my experience. It's
So
like 90, 95.
So I think because it's dry here all the time. And I remember doing this as a kid and people telling me how not to do that and how dumb it was. And what is that? Sitting on the curb, right? Right? You realize at some point how bad of an idea it is. I can't remember if it's just, I think it's just people self-correcting. I see so many people here in LA doing that stuff. It'll be dark out. They'll literally be where you're making a right turn, like feet just stretched out, staring at their phones. I finally saw one guy. I was so happy. I'm sitting there parked, and he told this lady, he sat there and told herself how dumb that is. And he did, self. He did. She didn't say anything to him. She just got up and moved. But he sat there. He was an older gentleman. And he sat there self and told her how dumb that is, and you know what I mean, and how unsafe it was. And I applauded him. Wanted to shake his hand.
I mean, especially with all these people that's not paying attention while they drive.
That's my point. She's not paying attention while she's sitting there with her feet in the street.
So, and expect somebody to be paying attention while they drive
Right.
to keep her safe. It's fucking idiocy.
And where she was self, it was an SUV park, and she was in a parking space. So somebody's just gonna pull right in, and there she is. That's what he was trying to tell her. And he wasn't even trying to park there. He was just
like
saying
it's stupid. Hey, lady, you should be safe. So I mean,
don't let me tell you, she was at a cafe self, and she got up from the table that was there.
And when did that?
Because the sun was there in the curb, and I guess she was getting a little chilly, and she wanted to sit in the sun because the cafe, you know how to shade. It was, how the sun. Yeah. You risk your
sit parallel. Then I mean, you don't have to sit with your feet out there. You don't have to be perpendicular.
Risk paralysis. You're gonna risk paralysis.
Getting rolled over and crushed, and then they're gonna blame the driver.
They're gonna blame the driver.
It's still gonna be the driver's fault, but
everything's the driver's fault.
Yeah.
They're gonna get a big insurance settlement, and but
your legs will be crushed, knees, and they'll be overweight.
Yeah, but they got the AI.
Working enough money for that out there. To be able to be.
And that stuff is fine. Yeah. Self, they just exposed Amazon. You go in there and they were telling the people it's all AI. You go in there, you don't even have to scan it or whatever, and it can read or whatever it's doing, touchless. Oh, yeah. There were people in India, which you've been saying. There's people in India monitoring cameras and monitoring all that, which I believe these so-called self-driving cars, they probably got people in India over there at about $1 a week. Looking through those cameras, driving. That's what's going on.
It's a video game.
Yeah.
On the other end.
And they're telling the investors, and the more accurate they are, the better pay they get, the less mistakes they make. And they're telling the investors that it's AI so they can keep getting money from the investors and putting it where?
The pocket.
Right in their pockets. And not paying any taxes. Big tech. Big ups to big tech.
No.
Man, come on. If it wasn't for big tech, you would be on this thing right now. I hate when people do stuff like that.
I hate when they had this stuff a long time before big tech. They held it back.
And it all came from little tech too. All this stuff comes from little tech. Big tech goes and steals it, buys it,
and holds it back. Like big tech is the government. The government is holding a whole lot of technology. And in the Vatican, man, the Vatican. Oh man, the Vatican. They got a whole bunch of stuff in there. And CIA got a bunch of stuff, and it'll be all a bunch of stuff, man. They know a whole lot more than they letting us know. Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly.
Excuse me for saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
That's ignorant. I'm just cold. Allegedly. That's ignorant.
All right, so. All right, we got I think we got a dome teaser here. We're gonna skip pink crime, save it all that for next week. We got a dome teaser here. I'm the canvas, blank and fair. A runway awaits my flair to share. In sequins silk or denim blue, I strut my stuff. A vision true. What am I? Did you thumbs up out there? You matriculated?
Yeah, hold on, let me get it on here and see.
I'm gonna put that in the chat right here. This one I expect someone in the chat to get it. All right. Had no doubt you were gonna get this one. See what you typed in here. Nobody's
I
matriculated.
didn't type it yet because I'm looking. Okay, there we go.
Okay. All right, you guys. The today's dome teaser is your opportunity to add some wiring and neurons in your brain out there. And I can confirm Brother Wordsmith is correct. He is definitely correct. He's actually getting better at these things because he's actually trying. That's how it works. All right. He's not trying. He's doing. Enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
Quenching the thirst. All right. All right. The Mount Rushmore self, the Mount Rushmore. When was it built? What was the cost?
I'm lost on that. I watched it being built and all of that on a documentary.
Was it being built during our lifetime? I thought it was always there.
No. It was there for our lifetime. But I'm saying I saw a documentary some years ago, and I watched them, going through the process of building it and talking about all the problems and stuff.
Yeah, people was dying too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a space behind it.
Yeah, well, there definitely is.
Yeah, that they have placed some stuff according to,
I know, and they were having some trouble, I think, getting funding or something towards the end.
Yeah,
because it came in way over budget.
Longer, and they had to really change what they were doing to finish it.
So it began construction October 4th in 1927. It took 14 years. The total cost to build Mount Rushmore was $989,992, which is approximately $13 million in today's dollars. Probably do it cheaper self than $13 million because you got better explosives. The monumental project was primarily funded by the federal government. That's why I said white folks need to pay for ours, and stands as a testament to the ingenuity and the determination of the workers and the vision of sculptor Gutzon Borglum. I thought it stood as a testament for the people, the determination of the founders of the country and the patriots. No?
No.
Wow, they just told me just what it stood for. Yeah. But that's relatively inexpensive. I mean, all things considered. So, somebody could literally win the lotto and decide, they're going to buy some land and, no, they're not going to let you do it. You have to, I don't know. You figure it out. That's weird. And who is on the pink Mount Rushmore?
I don't know. Do you deface a natural surface? Is that what you do?
Yeah, they use lime and start using explosives and just blowing it up.
Right, I'm saying, but don't do that. It's like it is for a reason. Yeah, they did a lot of
some sort of pacifist.
Pacifist.
Yeah.
I'm just against people destroying the environment because they're pink and don't understand that they don't have the attachment to the land.
You think rock has feelings? It feels pain or something?
Oh, that's petrified, and it might be wood. Who knows what that is?
You think they say it's lime, but you think lime has consciousness or feelings?
I think it has a purpose, and it's in that place like that for a reason, and we shouldn't be adjusting the landscape as much as working with it.
I mean,
think,
that's that.
I think that's some pink people shit.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Who is on the pink Mount Rushmore?
George Washington.
That's one. Abe Lincoln freed the slaves.
No, he didn't, but okay. Eisenhower? Or is it Roosevelt?
Roosevelt. Hey, I've been talking about your boy Benjamin Franklin. They got a whole movie coming out about this too. Yeah. Supposed to be award winning. I'm going to watch that because I want to see how they. I want to see how they. I want to see how
be swarthy. He's supposed to be swarthy.
I want to see how they lay out his day for all the shit they claim he did. I want to see a day of that.
And they say that dude was swarthy, which means he was copper colored.
Well, again,
ain't no depictions of him that though. That's for sure. I ain't seen nan depiction of him swarthy.
Yeah. Well,
some of them people descriptions of themselves and be like, what?
Facts. I can't believe.
Is we still short one person?
Two. Who'd you say? Oh, you said Roosevelt. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
Washington.
Washington.
Jefferson, right? It's gonna be Jefferson. It's gotta be Jefferson.
He was swarthy. Definitely, they definitely said he was swarthy.
George Washington, the first president and founding father of the nation. Thomas Jefferson, the third president and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president, known for his progressive policies and conservation efforts. And Abe Lincoln, the 16th president, who led the nation through the Civil War and abolished slavery, as I just said. Abraham Lincoln. That's right there.
Yeah, that's
right there. The white man's
right, and that's a bunch of crap. You could just tear it up and wipe it. But
just because it's presented by the white man doesn't mean it's not true.
No, that's facts. But guess what? Also facts. That's BS because they were, if they said under the Constitution presidents, then that would really be correct. But there were 6 presidents under the Articles of Confederation that they, try to act like never happened.
Well, I see what you're saying. You're saying it's like the NBA does and NFL. They act like all of the Bears championships before the Super Bowl started never happened. They be talking about yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like, what do you mean that never happened? Just because you guys changed the name of it doesn't mean that it never happened. They do that a lot. They haven't noticed that. So out of those guys, who would you replace? You're replacing Lincoln?
Are we replacing or are we doing our own thing?
Well, that's separate. We're looking at the pink Mount Rushmore, and I'm asking you, out of those guys we just named, 2 of those
guys are swarthy, so I'm tripping on that. Abraham Lincoln is swarthy, definitely. Yeah, and Thomas Jefferson.
Okay. So you're replacing. I'm replacing Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, we can replace Theodore Roosevelt.
I feel like he sold the people out more than any other rest of them.
Why so?
He's the 26th president. He's known for his progressive policies and conservation efforts.
Yeah,
yeah.
Wasn't he a general or something?
Isn't that the one who took us through the Depression?
No, that was Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh, was it? Wasn't there
No, not Dwight Eisenhower. It was the other Dwight Roosevelt. It was the other Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Wasn't this Roosevelt?
Yeah. Eisenhower was the general.
Right. Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, I'm removing him. And who am I replacing him with, though? You can't just remove a person and sat there and decide, what pink person you think is worthy of going on their thing if you're removing Roosevelt? Ronald Reagan?
I ain't even hardly know. What?
Bill Clinton? I mean, those are great.
Nobody in modern times. They all.
I mean, come on, it's got to be somebody. Larry Bird.
I'd rather have Larry Bird than any of those politicians. But
I mean, come on, all the pink people haven't been bad. Come
trash.
On, bro. They all haven't been bad. It's got to be somebody.
And the politicians, they've pretty much been trash
in our lifetime, huh?
Definitely in our lifetime. I mean,
Lyndon Baines Johnson. He's the one who signed the meaningless civil rights bill.
He's terrible.
Roosevelt had 3 terms, according to Creeper. Creeper, give us some help here. Who?
He talking about the
he's
first
conflating.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, he's conflating.
The first Roosevelt. You talking about Teddy Roosevelt is on here, right? Is that Teddy Roosevelt on there, or
Theodore Teddy
or Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
You talking about FDR?
That's
FDR
is
the one who pulled us through the.
That's what the depression and all of that. Yes,
wrote all these bills and made the government so big. Yeah, I hear you. So if I can't think of anybody to replace him with, I know who I replace him with. Kennedy.
Yeah,
I replaced him with Kennedy.
That's what I was. Yeah,
and it wasn't in our lifetime. He took the bullet. All right. He came out there and he was rich, but his family came up. You know what I mean? Bootlegging. You know what I'm saying? So they was from that street.
It's a reason why they all got murdered. Well, not all of them.
Yeah.
The last one was complicit.
Well, I don't know, but we're not going to down talk the Kennedys here at risk of violence. But yeah, man, I would definitely put Kennedy. That's what. Yeah, he should definitely be on there, and I would enact it. You know what I mean? I go there and blow up Roosevelt's face off and start re-chiseling Kennedy on there. Damn it! All right. Yeah, nothing sacred. All right. So now you asked, aren't we? He said he faked it. He Jimmy Carter in disguise. Yeah, we could have put Jimmy Carter up there, but I think I'm leaning towards Kennedy more than Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is a great humanitarian.
Yeah, I'm not really.
He made the peanut great.
Too concerned about their.
He taught George Washington Carver everything he knew about the peanut butter.
Well, there we go again with the peanut butter. He didn't create the peanut butter. He had 300, but peanut butter was already a thing. He had like 300 things he did with the peanut butter.
I tell you what, though, Self, the fact that we don't have a brand of peanut butter called what? George Washington Carver peanut butter. I mean, you know what I mean? Boy, that'd go crazy. Boy, they'd love that in the hood, boy. You learn something. I have it on the back, tell them how much sugar they getting. You're going to have diabetes by the time you're 14, you little fucker.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of sugar and sodium in peanut butter, you guys. All right. Criterion, though, Self. I don't know what criterion the Pinks use for theirs, but criterion. What's going to be, what metric? What type of metric is just jumping right out you? Certain parameters for these people. Danceability, ability to shake their ass, anything like that jump out at you? Records sold?
No, I don't want any entertainment.
You're a musician. What are you talking about?
I am, but I don't think entertainment should be. I mean, I don't know. We got to figure out the criteria.
No, I'm asking you yours. I'm not debating it.
We're gonna. I'm just saying we got to think about the criteria because
GWC,
changing.
GWC PPJ. That'd be dope. And Peanut Brittle. Have his face on there. Have a little caricature on there. Yeah. I got something. There's significance in the progress that we've made as a people. The role, their role in advancing the coppered Americans towards equality, quote, unquote, in the social and political system. So I'm thinking that, in other words, you're just not, cooning around for the sake of cooning. There's some sort of cultural significance to your cooning, and you're cooning in the name of the people, meaning you're cooning to advance the people, for the advancement of the people. What do you mean? You can't coon for the advancement of, if you're going to coon, you might as well coon for the advancement.
Prefer to have somebody that speaks truth to power and, uncompromising.
That's a good point. All right. Truth to power. No, we're going to add that too. We got to add that. We got to add truth to power. Truth to power. I like that. That here. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. Self-sacrifice out there, huh? A willingness to be on the front out there, even though, the world might not call him captain. The world might not know, he was out there leading everything. The pubic might not know he was running it. He or she, a willingness to take great risk for the collective good. You're bumping for everybody. You know what I mean? Huh? Self-sacrifice. What's the word for that? There's a word for that.
Martyr.
No. Self-sacrifice. Oh, shit. I should know this, right? You should know. But altruism is what I'm thinking.
Okay, altruism. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's much better than self-sacrifice. That's a much deeper word than.
And I like it better than cooning for culture.
Yeah, because that.
He says sacrifice is death. Well, sacrifice means to make holy, technically. You don't have to die or kill something to make it holy.
Sacrifice is depriving yourself of something. It could be anything that you value. So it don't have to be a death. It don't have to be killing anything. And then it's
he says you
giving up something that's comfortable for, a purpose, for a reason.
Yeah. Can't say cool no more. Sambo. What about cultural impact, Self? You consider.
That's what I was, cultural impact. That's why I kind of changed from it being saying entertainer.
Because you take a Bob Marley, even though he's, I don't know if we can consider him, but Muhammad Ali. What's my noob's name? Bill Russell. Those
Brown.
Types of entertainers who use their cooning for good, and that's what I mean by cooning for good.
They didn't coon. They didn't.
Samboing, like Fletcher.
Jim Brown. They didn't do that though.
Listen, you guys seem to think that every Fletching wasn't giving money to the community and wasn't helping in the community. You guys are necessarily wrong. Back in the day, our coons used to bring the money back to the community.
Right, but these people that you named didn't do that though.
Right.
They didn't coon
I got you.
They didn't do that.
Yeah, they
understand.
You're talking about like Jim Brown.
Yes.
But can't you say that even working for the NFL or working for these major corporations is a form of cooning? There's a lot of freedom fighters who will say that, yes, you're cooning if you're working for the man.
No. I mean, pretty much most
It's not
employment. No.
All right.
Working and, speaking truth to power is not cooning.
Working for the man is not cooning.
Not unless you're tap dancing and cooning.
All right. This sounds like a whole nother show. Great topic. All right. What do you think about innovation and leadership? Does he say he wants Jesse Jackson on there?
I think he said Jesse Sambo.
Okay. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, we're not going to argue with that
at all.
because, yeah, he's a gangster too. He's one of those Diddy type of gangsters. Is he informing? Yes. No. Can you come up missing? Can he get you killed by his little, government people? I don't know.
So he was involved in Dr. King's situation. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I would for me, that's it. Stuff like being down, like I don't know how to explain that. Would they have had? Do they have to be foundationally coppered? Do they have to be foundationally coppered to be on the foundationally coppered mount? Well, it's not a foundation. We didn't name it that. Who sits atop Copper Mount Rushmore? Is what we said. But I want everybody to know we mean America. So, like my man, what's his name from South Africa? You mentioned him the other day. He was in jail for 27 years. They let him out, became the president.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela. Now you could think, oh yeah, somebody like that could go up there, no problem. I know you got something against him.
I don't have nothing against
off
him.
the KKK feed.
I have nothing against him, but I just don't think that.
No, yeah, he's not American, and that's what I'm saying. No,
right. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. We're doing that now. If we want to go worldwide, that's a different show. But now you could be now. I think you can be from somewhere else. You come here and you got up here and led the people. No,
but it's got to be from here though.
Right. Exactly. I don't know. I mean, hey, if somebody came over here from say Sierra Leone.
I'm saying they
didn't have no accent.
I'm saying the action that they doing for
Yeah,
whatever to be
it's
on
for here.
right in here.
That's what I'm saying. And
that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with that.
And they started some sort of movement, boy. Yeah,
I'm okay with that, but I don't.
All right. I think everybody's okay with it, but we'd love to hear from the chat. Wakil L, what up, man? He said yes, Mandela. No, we can't. No, well, we got to listen to the people, Self. We've got one for yes, Mandela. We can't just discount someone who wants Mandela on the.
Well, we're talking about the criteria right now. So
yes, right. But if he's saying he wants Mandela, then he's obviously saying our criterion of, people who've done stuff for Black Americans or copper Americans is out of the window. You see, because he's saying he wants Mandela. And some have said Mandela was a plant.
A lot of people remember him dying in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those, but
I'm not either. Others have said that he, became an informant to get himself up out of there. Became a tool of the government, and that's why they let him out.
And be president.
Yeah. Because they said the people over there, it's millions and millions. They got them outnumbered over there in South Africa, those coloreds. And those people were over there ready to, take their country back and just slaughter everybody. And they were able to allegedly use him as some sort of panacea, similar with Barry Obama. Very similar. I'm not saying that people remember it was some cop stuff going on. The Black men were upset. I'm not saying we were that upset, but I'm saying they were definitely about to leave the Democratic Party. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's something that happened. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right. Well, before we take breaks, if you got any more, anything else that jumps out at you on Criterion, and then we're going to come back and start addressing the peoples.
All right. I think we narrowed down some. I don't know. I don't know if we narrowed it all the way down, but for the most part, and then
it's fluid.
Yeah, basically, that's what I was definitely going to.
It's fluid. Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I guess they're waiting on me here.
Yep.
What the hell's? Where's what's her name? Karen. Okay, Karen. Stop calling the police on us. Get to work. Karen's always calling the cops. Do not hire a Karen, black man.
Self Love Show. For all people. Yes, y'all. We are here discussing who sits at the top Black Mount Rushmore. We broke down who's on Mount Rushmore and criteria for which we can decide people for the copper-colored Mount Rushmore. We've got some great videos for you to check out, and we're going to expand the conversation when we get back.
It's the Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
April 20th was Hitler's birthday.
A high-ranking doctor at Harbor-UCLA Medical Center has been fired, accused of regularly staring at the private parts of patients under anesthesia.
No, we're doing that next week. We skipped those.
Surgeon Louis Kwong.
Karen,
it says he looked under the surgical cover.
Wait a minute, but it's showing something that's completely.
Karen will figure it out. We're using an intern here.
This is.
There's outrage today after these people.
So it's going to be after that.
Bear cubs out of a tree.
Right.
A high-ranking doctor at Harbor-UCLA Medical Center has been fired, accused of regularly staring at the private parts of patients under anesthesia. The LA Times named a discharge notice for orthopedic surgeon Louis Kwong. It says he looked under.
I have no idea what's going on with that.
Just stop the share, bro. See if I can find it.
They must have removed that video because let's get right to.
Is that what's going on, man?
I mean, because I'm pressing the same one. You see, I'm pressing.
Yeah,
and it's going right to that. That's I don't know.
That's what happened that last time we experienced this. So I think that's got to be it. Which video is it? The one about the cops.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Hold on, let me. Surgeon. All right, that's what it goes to.
So it should be starting on Khalid Muhammad, man. It's after that. You ain't got that?
I do got Khalid after that.
So you can't just start
surgeons. I can.
Yeah. We skipped those two segments because we didn't do those were the two segments we normally do. The ones I said we skipped. Pink crime and the pink crime and the other one. We skipped those. So those were those two videos. So we just need to simply skip past those and go to, Khalid Muhammad.
Yeah.
Pick up the production. I found some effects on this thing too. I'm about to start going crazy. They've been upgrading. As soon as you think you learned everything, they'll upgrade. You had to figure everything else out. Yeah, they was crazy. I can't wait till we cover this.
No.
Pulling bears out of trees, take pictures.
The other guy's grabbing the other one.
What the hell is going on with this?
I don't know, but I don't know. Let's see if I can do it.
Hold on. This shit. I mean, it went to something completely else.
That's all right. Let's see. More growth, selfies, surgeon fire, Khalid.
There. And the motherfucker going.
Let's see. Share some.
And then it wouldn't go back.
Are you getting it now?
Yes.
All right.
It's all right. Come on, try it. You like it, baby. It's okay. Gee whiz, you guys, but you're riches. You only live once, man. Come on. You know the junk talks like that. I'm talking about Bob. I'm talking about Bill. I'm talking about Larry. You know the guys I'm talking about. Listen, you acting like you don't know them. That's why we know all
brother.
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man,
it's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert. Manna. Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Shaganaski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
Important to me is that I think people understand is that our planet is one that's filled with such fear. We have fear of everything, and this is a focal point for fear. When you're dealing with someone coming in through your walls and taking you out of your bedroom to a strange spacecraft and doing things to your body, and it makes you want to go inside and to understand, what is this place? Who are we? Why are we here? What is this happening? Why do some people see the spaceship and others don't? I don't know why. I really think it has to do with us going inside and saying that there's something more going in here than what meets the eye. And we have to go inside ourselves to understand what's going on. There's a self-exploration here that opens one, that will open up one to other dimensions, other realities, and other possibilities. This place is not about money markets, picket fence, getting a car, and getting the best job. There's a lot more going on here than meets the eye.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
All right, man. Thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format. Very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Like, people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it,
This platform is
made
for you
and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. Self Love Show rocks on. So we're back. We discussed some criteria.
With more growth and to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what
we're
represent.
looking to expand the conversation in this second half. Got some reasoning going on, and it's going to be as impactful. And
hey, you got some hubbub chatter in the chat with some
conversation
suggestions in there, fella. You see that? We got some good picks. We got some that it looks like Creeper wants Jesse Jackson on there. He wants Mandela, Frederick Douglass. You only get 4. There's only going to be 4 total. He wants Abraham, no last name, so Abraham. He wants Father Abraham then, right? And he's not talking about the Aganassi Abraham. Which Abraham? You don't know who he's talking about?
Well, definitely, there's no Aganassi Abraham.
Abraham, you're right. Abraham was a cousin, right? Yeah. Isaac. Yeah. Brother, Isaac and Abraham. They were cousins. I don't know.
Isaac was Abraham's son, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Father Abraham, you're right. Father Abraham. We used to sing that at Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Father of the 3.
Yeah.
What?
They were programming me. Father. We used to sing all those Jewish songs. Father Abraham. I was black. I don't know the words. Never knew the words.
At a public school?
Yeah, public. You damn right we did. You damn right we did.
Wow.
It was part of the culture. You know what I mean? Yeah. What are you, some sort of anti-Semite? You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Is that what you are? You know?
They took religion out of the schools out there and the public schools out there, and they were still promoting it there, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where we were.
Interesting.
Maybe it was in choir class, but it was definitely at Ray. And you know, if you're in choir and then you went from there, once they realized you had no problem singing those songs, they put you in the Chicago Children's Choir right there at Rockefeller Chapel. And then once they groomed you there to see if they can, put their finger in your bum potentially, and once they realize, oh no, you're not going to be able to treat him like he's what's the guy's name? Hassan Campbell. You know what I mean? He's not going to fit. They throw you out of the program. That's what was going on. Go play baseball and sports. And then the ones who are a little more jello, I should say, they kept singing for the Rockefellers. Went on to the Chicago's Children's Choir and went on to do great things. I don't know what's happening to their bum. It's none of my business. I'm just saying stuff. That's what was going on. And you, America, want to act like it ain't happening. And it's been going on in this country for years. Catholic Church is involved. There's a bunch of different entities doing it. Yeah. All they talk about is the shit that happens to the girls, which should be talked about.
Oh, no. The Catholics don't really do that to the girls.
No, they don't. But big ups to Hassan Campbell for having the courage to come out. And if you guys haven't seen it, look it up. All right. He had the courage to come out. All right. Frederick Douglass. Great. I love that. Frederick Douglass self. You're going to have some kind of problem with Frederick Douglass.
I know.
You got a beard like Frederick Douglass. You can't sit there with a Frederick Douglass.
I don't have a problem with Frederick Douglass.
All righty. I don't have a problem with Frederick Douglass.
He's an Indian.
Is he?
Yeah. He's escaped slave, but
I could believe that.
Definitely.
I see that totally in him. He's had a little red to his skin.
Definitely Indian.
Yeah.
Copper colored, Indian as a better misnomer. Indian is a legal term.
I know your point. They were copper colored because they were in here in the sun, right? In these areas out west, and the sun had them nice and you know what I mean?
Because we are that,
yeah,
copper colored.
But you see, you're in Chicago. If you were out here on the West Coast getting all this sun, you know what I mean? You'd be copper like you are in August. You know what I mean? In late August in Chicago. Let's see,
I'm more
Mansa Musa.
red.
Okay,
I'm
we
more
got
red right now than
let's reel these guys. I read. That's why they called you red. Let's reel these guys in. Obama, Bill Russell, Malcolm X, Kaepernick. I like that list. He's got 2 brothers on there, so he's got 2 members of Kappa Alpha Psi on that list. But I would respectfully remove both of them. They get a special mention. Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, definitely. Frederick Douglass, okay.
Creeper got Obama on there. Me and Creeper are in agreement, and I've been having this conversation with people, Creeper, and they jump right out and say, yeah, why the hell not? They sure do.
Yeah.
If you're looking for your president to be your savior self, then you're not a patriot. I just be using words.
I know.
Yes, you know what I mean?
That was some nonsense right there.
Hey man, when you're talking to Gen Z and the younger what's the ones? The millennials, the younger millennials, yeah, you can just talk nonsense and they agree with everything because they just talk, it'd be a bunch of nonsense. One end of the sentence starts out, I'm for abortion because people can do what they want, but it's evil and I think the Supreme Court should outlaw it. That's how they talk. And I'd be sitting there like, if I had a slap machine right now, I'd slap the shit out of you. Yeah. And now you're violent, self. Now you're the violent one.
Yeah, no, that's why it needs to be a machine so that
it's not personal.
And it can be invoked, and
So we could power it by AI now, huh? but we can have regulators doing it. We tell them it's powered by AI, but we have regulators back there self slapping the shit out of people.
No, because they'll be doing it for no reason, boy. People be doing the right thing. They get so we can't have regulators.
Well, if they're in the slap machine, obviously they're there for a reason. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. I don't know. We're getting some good suggestions. Now, what do you feel about Mansa Musa? Kareem Jabbar, absolutely, positively not. That guy told you to go out there and vax that thing up, didn't he? And suggested that you were stupid. And I had Ace come out here, right here on Mouthpiece included, said he's had medical issues ever since he's had that what?
Yeah.
And there's others who saying it.
Biological weapon.
Well, you can't go so far. But I feel you. And Mansa, and I'm not in a good disagreement, but we're not saying it's a biological weapon. Mansa Musa, self. I mean, come on. I mean, we might as well say Bob Johnson. I considered Bob Johnson another member of the fraternity. What do you have against capitalists? You and
I don't have anything against capitalists.
Oh no, you and Kramer. Kramer don't like the capitalists. He says they're all compromised.
I don't like the compromised ones. I don't like that. Yeah. That's what I don't like. And that's compromise that capitalists or socialists or whatever the fuck they is. If they compromised, I don't. Yeah. So
he says TB on the bunghole. Tom Brady. What's TB on the bunghole, self? Tom Brady.
The bunghole. What is the bunghole?
It's the bum.
Oh,
yes, the bum. I went on a rant about Chicago.
Tom Brady.
I don't know. I don't know what TB means, but I went on a rant about Chicago's children choir and how they were trying to groom us coming from William H. Ray School. And then some of the black kids who looked like they were more athletic and they might, not be down with it. And some of the sweeter looking ones, they kept singing. Boy, their voice got higher and higher. I'm like, look at it. Got their thumb all the way up your bum, got you hitting those high notes. You little big ups to all the guys at Ray School. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Self, it was a public school. They was feeding them kids right to the Rockefellers. And allegedly, and it's going to take Jaguar Wright or somebody out there to do a documentary surviving the Chicago Children's Choir. You know what I mean? Sing and rejoice. All right, Self, let's get to our list. First, before we get to our list, and we've been listening to the chat, I do want to say what AI has considered. AI said, while I don't have personal opinions or preferences, I can share a list that reflects the significant impact and contributions of African American individuals throughout history. Here's a list of 5 individuals who are often celebrated for their monumental roles in various Justin fields. Number 1, Martin Luther King Jr., a symbol of civil rights, known for his nonviolent activism and his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech, which has been pink washed and redacted. Number 2 on ChatGTP's list, it's a female, and none of you guys have mentioned one female here. I'm the only one is ever mentioned one, and Self said she doesn't exist. But ChatGTP went with Rosa Parks, Self. I mean, come on. Big ups Rosa Parks. Her refusal to give up her seat on the bus became a pivotal moment in the fight for racial equality. Does that get you in your mind, Self? Let's park it right here. Does refusing to give up your seat and sitting there and telling somebody you just worked 12 hours and you're going to go to jail, does that get you up there? Because I heard that was all staged.
No.
It wasn't staged? It was organic?
It was staged.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But so no. I said it was staged. So no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say no too. Big ups, Rosa Parks. We don't want anybody. It can only be 4 up here. That's, we don't want anybody to think that, you know what I mean? Harriet Tubman, Self Love's favorite. And you guys, I want to hear what you guys think, Creeper, Wakil, L, any other chat. Anybody's out there. You don't have to be black to decide, of course, in the chat for this experiment. But you will not have a vote if you're not black in this whole scenario. But we'll give you credit today. And thanks for watching. All right. Harriet Tubman, Self, an abolitionist and political activist out there, instrumental in the Underground Railroad out there, leading many enslaved prisoners of war to freedom. He's not going to comment. AI is wrong when it started off with Black American, which the label alone is a I agree. Agreed. If you try to correct AI, though, which Self does, AI gets snooty, don't it, Self?
Very.
If you're not sitting there, in Palo Alto some damn way, they're gonna treat you like you're in some shithole country, pressing buttons. And big ups to everybody in these shithole countries. Yeah, the only reason I say it is because our president suggested that the darker Africanated nations were shithole countries, and if our former president can do it, so can we. All right. A lot of what we do here in TATN is a thought experiment. All right. Yeah, Barack Obama. We haven't gotten a confirmation from Obama. Hey, you guys, put an O in there if you want Obama and put a no if you don't want Obama. So put a big capital O if you want Obama in the chat and type a capital N-O if you don't believe that Barack Obama, some say he's some sort of Kenyan. Others have said he grew up in Hawaii. Others have said he, can't produce a birth certificate. Others have said it'd be easy for the Secret Service or any document forger who the FBI would probably have access to all the top document forgers who work for them, just same way they use, the computer hackers to work for them as well. Could have, matriculated a fake document to really show that he and Kamala Harris are, who they say they are. I'm just saying that could have happened. But realistically, I don't believe that. Now, of course, he's claiming he's from Chicago. Of course, you ask him what high school he went to. And then, of course, he's going to say probably something in Kenya or Hawaii. So, I mean, I claim Chicago. I went to high school in the subway.
Forgot about the Philippines, too. He lived there, too.
Oh, yeah, the Philippines. But Creeper said no. Rosa was told to not give up her seat stage. Okay, he said no to Rosa. So they're still catching up. So they haven't gotten the question. Maya Angelou, look at Creeper, boy. Hi, Creeper. Hi, Creeper. Chat GTP did select Maya Angelou, though, bro.
They did.
Yeah.
And Sojourner Truth.
Well, not on my list. A renowned poet, writer, and civil rights activist, her works have inspired and empowered countless individuals. Yeah, I'm with Self. I'm with Self Love. You're not ramming Maya Angelou down my throat and big ups. I'd assume have what's the name up there first? Dr. Francis Chris. Yeah, before her. Not taking nothing away from, Maya Angelou.
I'd rather have
Beyonce.
No, what's her name?
Diana Ross.
Shahrazad Ali.
Oh. I talked to her when she was on one of the podcasters on YouTube. Yeah, I was able to call in, got to talk to her. I was like, man, I absolutely love you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I think I recorded it. Yeah, I'm sure I deleted it. I think I put it on a video or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, she tells it like, tell it like it is. So if I'd have her at the club where people are playing Tunk, it'll be 3 a.m. and shit. I have her sitting there with a microphone. Yeah, I had that song playing all night just with the hook, tell it like, and I had her just talking shit.
Yeah, she retiring from talking.
Oh, she is so great.
Yeah.
And she piles on the feminist movement.
Yeah.
Oh, she.
Yeah.
Put my foot in my mouth. But let's see. George Washington Carver, he jumps out at me, you guys. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. jumps out at me. We might have to just do a poll question on the channel. Should Barack Obama be on the on the Copper Mount Rushmore? Because that's the only way to decide that. But I'm telling you, Self, I be asking people, man. I'm talking about in person. When I ask people, they could be 85ers. Everybody's not an 85er, 85% of them are. But, they pretty much all have been saying Obama. I don't know why you don't agree. Yes, he was a plant. Yes, he's just a figure.
That's why. I mean, I don't need to really explain or expound any further.
Oh. Nina Simone. Now we're talking. Oh, yeah. But no. But I would have Nina up there before Maya Angelou. I would have Nina up there before Maya Angelou. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I agree with that.
Facts. Yeah, but are poets considered entertainers? Yeah, you'd almost have to.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's what they're doing ultimately. Yeah.
Live. I mean, there's a whole lot of poetry and just in books and all of that too. So
I tell you what. I think we can agree on Malcolm X. I don't think we'll get any disagreement there.
Nope. And I think I don't know about you. I think Frederick Douglass. I think that's
I think Frederick Douglass is a solid selection.
Yeah.
Now listen, at risk of sounding like a simp, hold on. MLK a plant. He was compromised due to his cheating. I mean, come on. I'm not so much talking about the plant part.
Yeah.
But the compromise due to his cheating on his wife. He was a minister out there with alligator shoes in a time where all the ministers and deacons was pimps. Nobody want to talk about that. They was pimps, bro. It was all of washing the money. You go over there out west where all those churches are, is right next to Washington. You come out here in LA and you go on Figueroa and you was a kid. Why they got all these churches out here? Because it's washing the money for the pimp game. Makes sense when you look back on it now, Self, don't it? You all them ignorant sisters up in there look like they couldn't count past 4 and shit. But they was good people, wasn't it? Come on in the back and give you some food. You know what I mean? You didn't know they probably had the venereal diseases. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but we can't talk about that.
I wasn't even in the churches like that.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on what church. Now, Church of God in Christ, probably not so much, but they was nobody wants to talk about it. All right, so we said Frederick Douglass, and I think let's see if the chat agrees, you guys. Frederick Douglass, you guys, and Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Please let us know when you get caught up if there's any red flags on those guys. Looks like we're getting some red flags on MLK and Obama. But what I was going to say, at risk of sounding like a simp, if there is a woman on here, which I don't think you could do a black Rushmore, pink, copper Mount Rushmore. That's what separates us from our kinsmen, that we're going to acknowledge, the earths, you know what I mean? And they have some sort of representation out of our, we're going to have the earths out there. Maybe it'll be a baby mama out there juggling on that Section 8 out there, juggling everything. You got to get out of my house because I got 4 more baby daddies. And the white man said, none of y'all could be here or I'm going to lose my apartment. No.
Not at all.
They're creating great people.
Not all of them.
If you have 14 kids, I guess one of them's bound to fight. You know what I mean? Hit it big. Yeah, if you have 14 kids.
It's some of them that no. Some of them that's no.
All right. But yes, but I'm thinking Harriet Tubman. Haile Selassie is definitely on mine. Ooh. Ooh. You guys, do you have any females? If you had to have a woman on there, do you have any suggestions? I'm going Harriet Tubman. Flat out. I was almost thinking Sister Betty, Malcolm X's wife, but I'm going Harriet Tubman. Can't think. I mean, there's Oprah Winfrey. There's Michelle Obama. We had the Congress lady out here. What's her name? She's Diane Watts. Been a congressperson for years. She's a hero. Can't think of her name. I don't know. Any female. Self Love. You know what I mean? Female suggestions, bro? Black women leaders or none? None jump out at you?
Sojourner
Truth.
But I don't know the extent of what she did. Should she be on the list? But that name pops out.
It does pop out. We had someone, I think, put that in the chat too earlier. Maybe not, but that name.
The AI said that.
That name does pop out. Well, that's just me talking. I mean, isn't necessary to have a female up there? I mean, if they, we can go by the content of the character, the top 4. And if they happen to be men, they happen to be men. It'd be nice to have some female input on this, There
have been women that's been impactful.
You damn right. What's her name?
C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was the first black millionaire, period.
Yeah.
First woman millionaire, period.
What was her name? Angela Davis? She was a boss.
Yeah.
Panther. Mm-hmm. Remember this? What's my girl name? Asada Sakura?
Yeah.
But she wasn't able to do enough because she was in Cuba the whole time.
Well, she
Exile.
broke out. Yeah, they broke out of prison.
Yeah. Damn. All right. All right. So we got Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. We got them pinned to the side on our whiteboard here for potentially making the board. But so far, I think everyone's agreed on Malcolm X and Frederick Douglass. Haile Selassie, Self. What do you say about that? You can get caught up in the religious mumbo jumbo?
I'm not gonna get caught up in Haile Selassie.
I'm not, only because isn't he Ethiopian?
He is.
And by way of Jamaica?
No, by way of Ethiopia. The Rastafari's said that there would be a black king in Africa, and he would be the symbol, and he would be the savior. And
So once he became king, they just said that's him.
He became emperor. It wasn't king. It was emperor.
It's potatoes, French fries.
Yeah, but I need to say what's correct. You know what I'm saying? Because it's me. I need to say what I know is correct.
Yeah.
When I figure out I said the wrong shit.
Yeah. So he was emperor. And then so the Jamaicans started drawing off of that, right? Well, not the Jamaicans, but the Rastafarians.
Rastafarians, yeah.
Okay.
He was drawing off of the scripture. It said when to become a emperor in Africa, then there was to be the Messiah,
and I think they were saying he's supposed to be a direct descendant of David, but I always wondered why, due to my conditioning, because how can they ever think he's a descendant of those people when those people were white, according to all the books and my conditioning?
That's the conditioning and crap. Because
you see what I'm saying?
None of them people
could
have had a possibility.
But that's what makes us not believe our own history, though, because we've been indoctrinated so strongly that when you hear the truth, people will fight you. I remember fighting my mom when she was showing me that Egypt is in Africa. I kept wanting to say it's in the Middle East. I kept wanting to say, you know what I mean? I just didn't.
That we've been taught.
Yeah, it wouldn't even teach me that at race school. They weren't saying flat out that Egypt was in Africa.
They was teaching it all over.
Yeah, they call them Egyptian.
They were saying it was not in Africa.
No,
it was part of the Middle East. Is what they were saying.
Yep,
exactly, verbatim.
It was the southern Middle East. It was the southern Middle East.
All of the man, it was just some. It was Middle East. They didn't even say southern.
He said the Queen of England kissed her feet. Yeah, the Queen of England, I think, made a baby with Sammy Davis Jr., which is Prince. Prince Rogers Nelson, allegedly. Rest of his soul. I think she was how can I put this lightly, with all due respect to the mother queen? I think she was going, Self. I think she had a thing for the jungle sex. You know what I mean? Kiss Haile Selassie's feet. I wonder what he said to herself.
That's the only way they can keep that thing going.
That whole sham going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had a negative birth rate, so I'll just say that.
All right. Anyone else, Self? I'll tell you what, we're not going to be able to agree, but I'm going to give you my list. Barack Obama, for obvious reasons. He's from Chicago. Okay.
He's not from Chicago.
I mean, we got to at least give him that.
No, we don't. He's not from Chicago. So we're going to cut that shit right there.
Everybody who I meet, and I tell them I'm from Chicago, they be talking about Obama. You know what I mean? From Chicago.
No, he's not from Chicago.
All right. But I'm going to, my still just the same. I'm going with Obama. I voted for Obama. I voted for him twice. Not ashamed to admit it. I was ready to leave the Democratic Party. I was pissed. And they threw me a symbol. I poked my lips out. You know what I mean? Looks good. He looks like me. He's saying nice words. Oh, look at that. Look at the old lady crying. She was a descendant of a slave, allegedly. Hell, I was a descendant of a slave, allegedly. O is from Kenya. I'm going with Obama. Y'all ain't prove it. He's got a birth certificate. You guys, because y'all want to sound like Donald Trump, that's fine. I'm just telling you my list, and then we're going to sparse out everybody's list. And then, we'll look at who appears the most and who appears the least, and that'll be the list. So mine is Obama, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and Malcolm X. That's my list. Okay, that's my list. I'm going to type it in the chat. And then, I need you to type your list in the chat. Wait, I don't have MLK on this list. There's something obviously wrong. All right, Harriet, you got to go. I'm going MLK, Obama.
At least you got people that truly existed.
Well, yeah.
At least you got that. I like that much better.
All right. I'm going with Malcolm. And MLK, Obama, Malcolm, and Frederick Douglass.
I gotta come up with 2 people. Oh shit.
Yeah, you're sitting over there. You should have somebody from the Choctaw Nation or something. Choctaw Nation. All right, there you go. There's my list,
Again,
you guys.
Frederick Douglass. I don't know if he's Choctaw though. I can't think of it. I'm not for sure.
All right, you guys. I need y'all to type y'all list in there, just as simple as I did.
Blackfoot.
When you get a chance, please. You know, your list is just as valuable as my list. We're going to be able to look at this data and versus the poll we got. One thing I can tell you about this poll, everybody pretty much agrees that Malcolm X should be on there. And if you don't, then you should look at yourself in the what self?
Motherfucking mouth and not your face. When you're in the mirror, you look at your motherfucking mouth and smack it.
I mean, seriously. Boy, I remember myself. I was a kid. I forgot who turned me on to Malcolm X, man. It might have been at the Chicago's Children's Choir when they were trying to, spit in my bum. But bro, man, the way he was talking, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, at that time, we didn't hear too many men like talking to power like that, to the point of what you said, speaking truth to power like that. You know what I'm saying? Ali was one. Most of us, we was from the South. Still a lot of them are still like that in the South. They kind of know their place. They stay in their place. I'm not saying they're cooning. You know what I mean? They just move different. Ain't it, Self? Yeah, because they'll shoot you in the face. Them Southern boys. They'll shoot you right in the face, won't they, Self?
Definitely.
Come down here talking fancy.
And them city ones, too. They come right in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah.
Drug you up and raid your place.
They showed that on what was that, Minister Society. Drugged them right up and snitched on them. They did the South dirty in their movie, man. The dude who played the snitch Self, he said he wanted the other part. He was mad. It was the part they gave the meth. And so Self, he said when he was reading for that, when he came to shoot it, he was all over the top. He made that dude a caricature with the hair. He looked like Self Love in college when you used to go get in character. Yeah, he said, that dude, I don't like that shit. I'm snitching. And he said they loved it. He said, yeah, and it became one of the iconic scenes of the whole. Yeah, Self, he said yes.
He was in 2 movies, though. He was in Minister Society.
Yeah, Minister Society. Yeah, and Belly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They always mad when they don't get the role, but we don't know what's going on with P. Diddy. Didn't he? We don't know what they're doing to get those roles. I know Pac said
did he do it or didn't he?
I don't know, but Pac said Ice-T's he said Ice-T's dad tried to do him. Quincy Jones, allegedly.
He said Ice-T's dad.
And he was killed shortly after that when he started talking about that stuff, man.
For sure.
Yep. Quincy Jones.
Of course, there's a killed MC from Jurassic 5 is it Jurassic 5? I think it's Jurassic 5. Saying that he's Tupac.
We're going to have some fun with this series, though. We probably should have wrapped it up, but this should have been the last one because, we need to do hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go down the list, bro. That would be so hard, man. Like, and the same things would matter to me. You know what I mean? Culture, not cooning it up. And if you are cooning it up, are you cooning for culture? Steph don't like cooning for culture. So you're cooning for culture out there.
Them cooning for period.
Well, so you don't like this, so let's see. That's my list. All right, you guys, get your list in there. Type them all in a line for me, please. We need to know. We need to get this data. But Brother Wordsmith doesn't see the importance of this. He doesn't know why the white folks destroyed the land and put all the money into it. So I'm gonna leave him out. I'm gonna tell you what I feel the importance of this is.
Well, I don't think
we're not easily erased from history.
We don't have to do it to a mountain. There are structures that are very old that are still here and functioning.
What do you mean? Those structures don't have rights? Mountain has rights.
They were built. I'm not talking about blowing up a mountain or nothing. You could build something that's gonna last. Because even
what can you I see what you're saying, like build like a pier, like you, I see what you're saying.
Yes. You can still have that type of structure, but it can be built, you know what I mean, as opposed to destroying
blowing up the side of the cliff side
of a mountain.
Yeah, but you're putting the image of your ancestors in there for the generations after to see and be able to say, well, who's Barack Obama? You know what I mean? Well, he's probably a bad example. You know, exactly who are these guys? And you go home and you look them up, you know, you do your due diligence.
Most people, like I said, most people, because of where it's at, only see that because of a picture. So, like you and me. So,
well, that's very true.
Whatever.
That's because of where it's at, like you said. Let's see, Creeper's got his listed. All right, I'm interested. What's that say, Self? Obama,
Malcolm, Freddie D. Huey. Who was Freddie D?
He said D.L. Hughley?
No. He said Obama, Malcolm, Freddie D. Who's Freddie D?
Fred Douglass. And he's talking about Huey Newton.
Oh, okay.
Huey Newton.
Okay. Yeah.
And Huey Newton, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
If we're going that route, I already had.
We're going any route. You got, you know what I'm saying?
No. I was already on. Fred Hampton is one I would.
Yeah. Fred Hampton. Did he do enough? It's like Biggie. Did Biggie have enough albums?
What he did do, and he was martyred. So, yeah.
He's from Chi, too.
He had outstanding effect on a whole lot of shit. He was bringing the street gangs and the other...
the Plan.
Well, yeah.
Well, he
not
was.
Klan, but skinhead type.
Yeah, all right. Well, you call it what you want.
Yeah, Klan is specific. You know what I mean? He was bringing more than that. He was bringing, the lack of a better term. Yeah, so it was the Klan skinhead.
Yeah. All of them together saying they had a common goal. Yeah.
He was...
And he was speaking out against
officially murdered by
the Popo.
The state, though. I mean, he was, they were told to go and kill him. It was an assassination.
All right, we need your list, bro. And Wakil, if you still out there, let me get your list. I'm interested in hearing it. Yeah. I just think it's important, though, man. I don't know. I think it's important to really send a message to the world that can't be knocked down of who we are. You know, you got tourists coming here from all over the world. They're told that we're savages and coons.
Yeah, all that shit could get knocked down, too. So...
Well, I mean, it can, but I mean, well, shit, you might as well just lay in an alley and build a tent and not do shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's the attitude, but that's not my attitude. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're talking about if we build something and it get knocked down. I mean, it's the same difference to me.
I never said if we build something and get knocked down. I haven't said that.
You said you want to build something that's not good. You said you want something that can't be knocked down.
Yeah, something that's more permanent. Yeah. So obviously, it's a more permanent statement. It's something that's, I mean, I don't know if tourists go see that. I don't know if that's something people from around the world go see. But I don't know. I mean, it's no different than having an MLK statue at the White House. I mean, on the lawn of the quad, the quad in DC, whatever they call that. No different. I see the importance, me personally, for so many reasons. Motivate the youth. And because we don't go to Mount Rushmore, it doesn't mean they're not going to Mount Rushmore. And maybe that's, the issue with us. Let's do stuff and honor our kings and our leaders and build it, and the people will come. Maybe you can do ancestral, you know what I mean, echoes around it. Build it though, and then they will come. I don't see any bad that can come from it. I think it would send a strong international message. I think it would send a strong message to the powers that be in America. Furthermore, I want to pull a Donald Trump, and it should be built and paid for by Mexico. No, not Mexico. It should be built and paid for by the United States. We can send money to Ukraine, and we can send money, here, there, and that. Y'all build this right there so that when these people come here, maybe put it right on the border, facing Mexico. So when these people can come here, they can stop coming here with their little nose up in the air and being racist. Yeah. Wakil said, hashtag my list. Okay. Wakil, I have, while we were on here, it's the same for the last spot. I will put the real me. Okay, so Wakil, Marcus Garvey. Yeah, I like Marcus Garvey. I don't see. He got Marcus Garvey, Mansa Musa, Kareem, and Abraham. All right. That's his list. Okay. The 60s was horrible times in America. All right. All right. Well, it's going to be tough to compile. People aren't giving their list. So anybody that hears my voice when you're watching this, drop your list in the comments, and we'll see if we can't come up with 4 individuals. Copper colored. Seems like we have 2. Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass. I like Marcus Garvey, but now I associate him with my man on YouTube. Can't think of his name. He's building the Marcus Garvey School. And so because of him, he said, no, Kareem, that's Creeper. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, he's right. My bad. My bad, bro. Yeah.
Talking about Umar Johnson, was that what you were talking about?
Who?
Umar Johnson.
Yeah, Umar Johnson. Hey, man, people like him, though, man. Like some days
he can't. I mean, he says a lot of intelligent stuff, but then
he's very coherent some days, and other days you're like, what the hell?
Well, it's not really what he says. It's his actions and what doesn't happen.
Yeah, well,
it's more of an issue and problem with that dude.
I got issues when he goes live and he looks like he's tweaking and he's begging for money and talking about the school and we built the school and you know what I mean? That's what I got issues with.
Yeah, well,
dude, log off.
Anything about the school is like to add enough money to start a school. So
absolutely. All right. So yeah,
I'm teetering on my last person. It's
Creeper said they're scared to do a list due to the spooks in the room. I mean, the spooks. One thing about it, you got it. What am I looking for? You got rights in this country, Creeper. Self Love said he's struggling over the last two.
Last person, not the last two.
All right, so who are your three?
I'm just gonna. Fred Hampton's the third one.
Fred Hampton. So you got two Freds: Frederick Douglass, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X.
Yeah, and I'm gone and push the button. Bob Marley. Well, it can't be Bob Marley because of my criteria.
He was universal.
He did.
He was speaking truth to power.
He did.
He did get murdered. Hey, I mean, but he's on a mountain in America, bro. He's on a mountain in America, bro. I don't like it. Creeper likes it. I suggested Marley earlier if it was going to be an entertainer, but no. I mean, for me, I mean that's your list. We're going to compile and see who comes up with what. But Muhammad Ali, like you know what I'm saying, like Ali, man, like he's straight up from Louisville.
Yeah, I was thinking about cultural impact, but yeah.
Bob has a huge impact and a huge impact on Americans.
I know,
but he never lived here, bro.
He did, but he lived in Seattle. When he came from America, he moved to Seattle. His mother was living in Seattle, and he worked in
that's crazy.
And then he went back to Jamaica. He was already making songs, and some of his songs kind of popped when he came.
One of his parents wasn't poor either, right? I think one of them was really rich.
Yeah, the Marley family they had a lot going on. And they didn't accept him
because he was colored.
Yeah.
Were they Indian? All right, so all right, well that's Self's list. I mean, if like I said, if everybody keeps putting in Bob Marley at some point, and they're Americans voting for Bob Marley to be on the thing, you know what I mean? Bob Marley goes on the thing.
I don't think I'd probably have to go to,
I'm saying
Muhammad Ali. I mean, we're gonna talk about somebody from here.
Yeah. Somebody else with Chicago ties. He's not from Chi, but he's got Chi ties. Malcolm X got Chi ties. You got Fred Hampton. He's from Chi, and then it's one more.
Frederick Douglass. So
who knows? I'm sure he was probably hanging out in Bronzeville.
I think I gotta go Ali over just because I love Bob Marley. And there's a lot of people I love that they put, but they, from the Americas.
Well, you have it out your list. At least you have it out your list.
Yeah,
Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Bob Marley.
Ali instead of Bob Marley.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So we got Self Love's list. We got Creeper's list. And then the next poll I'll run, I'll have them just type a comment what their 4 is. You know what I mean? That's probably the best way to go about it. And then you can just compile the data.
Yeah.
All was on point. Facts, all was on point. And it was easier for them to come up with 4 because it was 1920. The country was only X amount of years old versus it's 100 years later. We've had 100 more years of data of black men and black people to try to choose from, copper people.
Yep.
So, all right. Poll results. Speaking of poll, we're going to run through this poll and then we're going to do this, what do you call it? Riddle. And that'll be it for today. All results, view your channel. Community. Here we go. Who should definitely be included on the foundational copper American Mount Rushmore? So we've listed a bunch of people, and so yeah, I should have had or type in a response if you don't find them here, but I didn't do that. So I listed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Barack Obama, Nat Turner. So of those, who should definitely be on the mountain? 0% said Nat Turner. And, the more I think about it, Nat Turner probably should be up there, so if he existed and did what they said he did.
Yeah. That's why I don't.
Right?
Yeah. And Harriet Tubman, I would agree both of them, but I don't think that I think that's a fallacy, a made up story.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some real soul searching on my list. Okay, Barry Obama. 0% of the respondents chose Barry Obama. It's still never too late, you guys, to do the poll. Go straight on the channel, click on your subscribers, and click on where it says TATN and scroll, and you'll see it. It's probably an easier way. You can go to community and you'll see it. All right, Harriet Tubman. 0% of the respondents selected Harriet Tubman. Interesting. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 17% of the respondents went for MLK. And Malcolm X, 83% said out of that list. Now, see, what would need to happen is you remove Malcolm and then you add somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying, Self? And you say who, and then you pretty soon, you start getting some data. Then, or the ranking system. Whoever you're the most confident with gets the most points. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they do the MVP voting. That'd probably be the best way to come up with a true number that removes the emotion. So for me, it's Malcolm X. Boom, no question. So he would be a 4-pointer.
Yeah, it's too many variables. There's got to be a way to get everybody's individual and then aggregate them accordingly. So
right.
You figure out, because it can't gonna come from a simple multiple choice. It doesn't work.
No.
For 4 positions.
No, it's gonna have to be list your top 5 and rank them from strongest to weakest. You know what I mean? And then you know what I'm saying? And then you'll be adding up, okay, Tory's got this many points, Malcolm X has got this many points, that kind of thing.
I don't know if you want 4 people for the thing, I don't know how you rank them. You know what I mean? Don't make sense either. We just get the people and aggregate the numbers will dictate.
Well, you're ranking them because how hard it was for you to come up with your last one. That's got to be a 1-pointer. You struggled. But maybe that wasn't because that was a weak person. Maybe that was because there's another strong person you're considering.
There's a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true, bro.
And none of them choices was easy. I mean,
yeah.
There was some agreed upon, okay, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, okay, I'm solid with those. Okay, those are those too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are solid. That's what I'm saying. If everybody agree with those, it seemed like I don't know, but you're right. You're not weighing them any more significantly than you're
No,
weighing the other ones. That
I'm
seems to
not.
make
Because
sense.
Fred Hampton is huge.
But I mean, come on. When I look at the pink Mount Rushmore, I'm like, why? When I get to Roosevelt,
I think Roosevelt was
I'm like, he was president when they built it. That's why he's on there.
He was a war. He was in a war, wasn't he?
No, he was just a jackass that was in office when they built it. So they struck this bomb in 1927. Let's find out.
Yeah,
They built it for 14 years. So, but they started in 1927. So who was president in 1927?
Shit, that was before Dwight Eisenhower or Dwight Roosevelt.
That's what it said.
No, I know because that was before the Depression in 27.
Right, you're right. You're right. And if it was 14 years, yeah, you're right. 1927. No, Calvin Coolidge. From 23 through 29. They don't talk about him much. I got to start researching Calvin Coolidge. They don't talk about that. He sounds swarthy. Name like Calvin Coolidge.
He's one of the seven J.R.
Smith.
No, hell,
J.R. Ewing.
Now you really fucking me up. I was already struggling to bring his last name. Bring those into J.R. Rogers.
There it is.
Seven swarthy.
That sounds like a shoe store.
Black. He said black, but 7 swarthy presidents. And
he
named them. Coolidge is one of them.
All right.
And Jefferson, Lincoln.
I mean, a name like Calvin Coolidge. I mean, come on.
I mean, just saying. That's what I'm saying.
That sounds like a high school, outside on the low end. I mean, not a grade school.
It is.
Yeah, sure, it probably is. All right, well, we've gotten through it. And which one did you pick out of that list, though? I went with Malcolm. I'll be upfront with you.
Yeah, of course, he's on both our lists. And out of that list, I definitely picked Malcolm. I mean,
yeah. I don't know, you guys. I think I'm gonna have a happier list than you guys. I'm gonna have to do some more meditation, but I still feel like Obama, Dr. King. It's a happy list. Malcolm X. Well, Dr. King took a bullet. Malcolm X took a bullet. Frederick Douglass didn't yet. Yeah, I might. My criterion might have. Yeah, I might have to look at this. Those who made the ultimate
sacrifice.
Yeah. Fred Hampton. Yeah. You know what I mean? The ultimate sacrifice. He got there and took that bullet.
Yeah.
It seemed like it had more meaning though. But that might be scary too for the people. You mean to tell me if I'm gonna stand up for my people, I'm gonna take that bullet?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
That's what they teach us in history. They sure do. It's
Prison
subliminal. Huh?
I said prison or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we did our poll question. And as we conclude today's podcast, we do reflect on the symbolic significance of a Black Mount Rushmore. This monument would not be carved into the granite.
Colored or melanated. I'm sorry.
You're right. Significance of a copper Mount Rushmore. This monument would not be carved into the granite of the Black Hills, but rather etched into the annals of history and the hearts of people. It would stand as a testament to the indomitable spirit, the relentless pursuit of justice, and the profound contributions of African American leaders and people. If we were to accept such a mountain, it would feature faces that represent the pinnacle of achievement and the breadth of influence in the African American community. Figures like Frederick Douglass, whose eloquence and advocacy for civil rights paved the way for future generations. As we imagine our own versions of Mount Rushmore, we invite listeners to consider who they would feature on their personal monument of copper excellence. Who are the leaders that have shaped your understanding of freedom, equality, and progress? Let's carry forward the conversation, honoring those who have climbed the mountain of adversity to sit atop our collective memory, forever reminding all of the journey still ahead. Thanks for joining us on this thought-provoking journey. We look forward to exploring more topics that will challenge, educate, and celebrate our rich heritage and shared history. Should you have any feedback, questions, concerns, corrections, or suggestions for future episodes, feel free to contact us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and learn more about your thoughts and opinions. In the meantime, show some love to yourself and to others around you. Until next time, stay curious and keep dreaming. Keep your head up. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. As always, question everything. The Self Love Show ain't answers, Dorothy. Peer down the rabbit hole and do your own research. But use discernment and caution, because sometimes when you stare down that abyss, then that abyss is going to stare right back at you. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect. Today's show has been sponsored by
and Midwest Festival's presentation of Ancestral Echoes.
Yeah, that's right.
Glamorous glamping event of house music festival, 3-day experience. I'm telling you, it's like no other in the universe. And it's going down, and it's a beautiful situation, and you could meet both of us there.
That's right. We're going to have a show going on. And sponsorship packages are available as well for any business leaders as well.
Exactly.
All right. So let's get to today's dome teaser. Once again, the chat did a great job. Good night, Wakil. Appreciate y'all. He said Abdul Rauf Mauf? No. Abdul Rahman Muhammad. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I've heard of him.
Not sure who that is.
Nah, me neither. He's probably, I don't know. Okay. All right, but let me get to the riddle so we can close out. This quench the self-love nation's thirst. Okay, I'm the canvas, blank and fair. A runway awaits my flair to share. In sequin, silk, or denim blue, I strut my stuff, a vision true. What am I? And Brother Wordsmith says,
a model.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, we had a guest that was supposed to be out there, and as soon as I heard certain terms, it was just like, oh.
I thought it would flip past you since, we don't have that guest, so.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. Well, next week it won't be associated with anything.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't associate it with the topic every week, because then the AI and your guys' personal brains is going to adjust to it.
Yeah. Well,
That's the thing about humans.
I might not even thought about it if she was on the show. That's how crazy it is.
Right?
I might have been like,
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Came right to me like, oh, that's right. We're supposed
to. Very
like
true.
You was like fingers right up. I was like,
all right, y'all. So next week, we confirm everything. We got the was it copper? Oops. Let me find it.
Next week's gonna be an outstanding, informative experience.
Navigating copper-toned modeling in America. with Fanta.
It's going down.
What's going down? Queensbridge. What if she knows African Bambaataa? And what's his name? What's his name? Hassan Campbell.
Wait a minute. Queens? She
Yeah.
in Queens?
Yeah.
They
Harlem. Now, what was he always talking about? Bronx River, yeah.
Bronx,
yeah, he was
yeah.
Bronx River. Yeah, he's like talking about Bronx River. Like, yeah. Yeah. All right, yeah. So like Self said, it's gonna be expansive. Looking forward to it. And then get with us on Spolitics on Mouthpiece Included. Y'all, that's always on Sundays. It's usually around 10-ish a.m.-ish in the Chicago time. And bring your mouthpiece when you show up. It's an open panel. Anybody could pop out. You know what I mean? Why should they bring their mouthpiece out here?
Because you can get left all wet.
That's facts. That's facts. So we can get Karen, the intern, to get everything going here. There it is.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain.
Yeah, whatever. Y'all know what this means. This brings us to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And you guys put your list in there. Put your top 4 Mount Rushmore. Leave it in the comments. This is Wordsmith's final words out there.
When we talk about the Mount Rushmore, the copper-colored tone, the X-Sword, that's what we need for y'all to see, because we got a strategy. Because it could be a lot of different people that you know. It could be a lot of people that nobody came to show. So, and that's where we know, that's where we is, that's where we go. We got a lot of people that got concerned. Did a lot of things for us, man, you know they earned. They spot amongst all, but I don't know about it. They want to mess around, want to change their script. Gotta break it down to 4 people. Shit. Man, that's difficult. That's why it's really hard, because we had so many people that didn't play God, came here to do what they had to do and played their part. And that's they claim to fame. The rain we aim. We gotta look at the criteria. Make sure there ain't nobody inferior. You gotta be much more sincere with your inner being and think from your higher brain and maintain. That's how we can get on the same thing. Cause there's so many of us on a different type of vibe, and we need to know where you go to run and hide. You know where to from and where do you reside, so we can know the truth and elevate it to the youth. Lose the indoctrination, the perpetration, the insane situation. The invalidation of the nation we had before they ever came here. We gotta grow. And figure out what we want our younger people to know.
And it's got to be the truth. Get rid of the lies and execute the vision of our ancestors. Words.
Words. Yes, sir. Let's see. Okay. All right, we in the building. Yeah, it's right around the corner, huh?
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Bullets are boomerangs.
Man, know
Stand your
thyself. I
ground.
will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
Murder.
The wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be
Suicide.
me now, nobody else.
Yeah. An eye for an eye.
Myself. I will eat the right foods that I grow myself. Cause the wrong way
Silence is
stole my
violence.
health. I'm glad to be me
See
now,
something,
nobody
say
else.
something.
Yo, here I go again, the code and all the scriptures.
Slave
Potions
theory.
and elixirs. Hope you get the
Greed.
picture. Frame it right, say goodnight, folks
Plus
are getting
ego.
sicker. Choking on their liver. Hope that I delivered. Puzzled all the ministers,
slavery.
asking for no attorneys. I spoke that unfamiliar
Yeah,
tongue
well,
that baffled all the clergy. My
charity,
soul is like a living drummer, mastering the
humility,
earthly. I wasn't in their lessons and they
times
pastors
love.
never heard me. I'm out of the curriculum.
That's freedom.
Like the Merovingian, righteous ghetto Indian, Asiatic gentleman, raised to have a simpleton, neophytes and Hierophants, cardinals and bishops, marches with their fists up, vision nation battles, steady arches with their wrists up, lyrics for the stick up, kids storm before we stick up. I came to elevate the world, my hope would never give up. Mind forever focused, there's a time for every lotus, until it's yours.
Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
They notice, they say the student's ready, the teacher is. He was always there, you just didn't see he was here.
Man, vibrate love.
It's time to make the people aware. It's time to make the people aware. Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
That's right. Take some lunches, donuts down there to the pig.
Many secrets of my lips, come and see if you can hear it. You never doubt when you
never know, bro.
Swine ain't
Take
divine,
it to
the
some
people
police,
they
but
won't
not no
nip it.
pig.
Salad bar, spitting at your average hard hit.
Those
Bring you back to God,
are
said it
those
just
are your
like
ops. The
Master
pigs are the
Bar
ops.
The ain't always
you know?
happy like a back massage stripper. Bring it back the stars, Mr. Zodiac.
Healthy
Alarm
people.
picture like a pillar in the canopy. I'm
Heal.
glad our hearts differ.
Die.
Unique and all expressing this, the classic art picture.
We
For the
all
homies
know
feeling lonely
for
with
sure
a rather large dinner.
that hurt
Sitting at the
people
bar with
gonna
another
try
glass
to
of hard
hurt
liquor. Give a
people.
toast. If existing blowing smokes my prescription.
Free
Reality is
though,
a
man.
casualty
Free
when folks
Larry.
live in fiction. From the post
Free
intermission,
Jeff
this is
Ford.
broken inhibition.
Free
Dangerous
everybody. Free
epiphany,
all the
you open
guys,
every
man.
Christian saying nature is a mystery.
Prison is
Study
slavery.
ancient history.
Read the
Paging all
13th
pagans,
Amendment.
calling all sages, wall-to-wall haters in the
Slavery.
temple of the mental. This is all a false
Voluntary
matrix. Hoping that
servitude.
the Lord Savior's bringing back our pure
Will be
status. Our
outlawed,
pure state, man,
except
know thyself.
for
I will eat the
cases
right foods that I grow myself.
of incarceration.
The wrong way stole
I
my
paraphrased a
health. I'm
bit.
glad to be
But you
me
get the
now,
gist of it.
nobody else.
Do your
Man, know
shit.
thyself. I will eat
Walk
the
on
right
water.
foods that I grow myself.
Man, move mountains.
The wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to
Man,
be
how we gonna
me
move a
now,
mountain, bro?
nobody else.
They say all we need is the faith of a mustard seed.
I'm gonna let you in on a little
And
secret.
I see that mountain
Being the one is just like being in
getting
love.
smaller every week.
No one can tell you you're in love. You just know
Word.
it. Through and through. Balls to bone.
Still
Got mine.
Shot time. Stand up.